Alright, so this video we're going to start working on steps 1 and 2 of the handout that you have to kind of, it's called Video Demo Project. So we're going to work through this project together, and then I'm going to ask you to do a similar project on your own for your assignment. So the first thing we need to do is step 1 there on sheet 2 is add the exterior walls. So I'm going to go to the Wall command under my Architecture ribbon, and I'm going to choose my exterior wall that has the exterior brick wall. And that brick wall has drywall on the inside, 2x4 stud, 3/4 inch OSB, 1 inch air gap, and 3.5 inch brick. So I'm going to draw the dimensions that are shown on the handout. And so we're going to go up 40 feet. We're going to go over 29 feet, back down 40, and I'll close that up. So that's our external walls. Now I'm going to go ahead and place my dimensions on that, because if you notice, I didn't, a couple of things that I didn't do that I probably should have. I didn't set my wall location line to core faces, so that means my dimensions are going to be a little bit off from what I want them to be, but I'll fix them. And also I left them unconnected height instead of going up to level 2. So for right now I'm going to place my dimensions. So on the wall tool here there's a measure, and in Revit you're going to use the align dimension tool all the time. And I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to make sure that I get the exterior of that stud wall. Now one of the things that I'm not crazy about in Revit is the default line weights. So a lot of times I'll go to the view ribbon and I will use the thin lines command to help me better see the lines. So now I'm back in my measure tool, and I'm hovering over this outer edge of the 2x4 stud, and I press the tab key so that the edge is lit up. And I'm going to go over to the adjacent opposite side and do the same thing. Press the tab key, and you notice that my wall that I thought was 29 foot is actually 5/8 of an inch short. So I'm going to do the same thing with the height, or the depth of the wall. So from there, and I'm going to zoom back in down at the bottom, press the tab, and place that one. So I thought that was 40, and it's actually short too. So in Revit, the key to making changes is, first of all, you need to be in the modify tool. So that's the arrow. So when no tools are going on, that's the arrow tool. And I need to change this distance between these two walls to be 29 feet. So I select the wall that I want to move, and the dimension will turn blue. And once that dimension is blue, I can left click on it and type 29 and press enter. So now it's exactly what I was looking for. I can't double click the dimension without selecting the wall. This is what you get if you just double click the dimension, and you can't change that. So you have to actually select what you want to move. In this case, maybe I'll move this upper wall, and now I can select the dimension and change that to 40. So that's one difference between Revit and some of the other packages that you might have used. So now I've got my walls, my external walls sized correctly. The next task would be to insert my interior walls. So I'm going to go back to the wall tool, and again I'm looking at the handout, the video demo project handout, so that you know the sizes and locations of everything. I'm going to select my wall 1, and I'm going to take a look at the type and see make sure it's what I look. So we've got a 1/2 inch drywall, we've got 3/4 inch or 3.5 inch stud, which is a 2x4, and we have a 1/2 inch drywall. So that's exactly what I'm looking for my interior walls. Pretty common in most houses. So my location line is the wall center line. I'm going to just change it to the core center line, and we'll probably still have to adjust that a little bit. But I can zoom in to this area and notice that the dimensions are coming off there, so I can type in what I'd like for it to be, 11.4. And I'm going to take this wall all the way down. What I like to do is to simply place the walls in the approximate location don't have to put a whole lot of energy in getting them exactly right, because it's easy enough to correct them along the way. So, I'm just going to kind of rough these walls into the approximate locations and sizes, not really paying any attention to anything with regards to size. Just placing the walls in there, just at the approximate locations. And so I think that's all of them. So what I'm going to do next is place my dimensions. So again, I'm going to use the measure tool, and I'm coming from the outside of the external wall, so I'm going to use the tab key to get right on that outside edge. And for the internal walls, we're going to go to the center. So we see the center line light up, and I'm going to string these dimensions all the way along the way. So I'm going to go one there, one there, one there, and then I'm going to come back down here and go to the outside of that stud wall. Press the tab key, and I'm going to place the dimensions out there, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side and across the top. Most common mistake I see, or things that people struggle with, is actually attaching those dimensions to the outside of that stud. Seems to be a challenge for some. If you just get comfortable pressing the tab key till you see what lights up, it'll always work for you. And a few more dimensions. And getting close to having everything. And I missed one wall, so I'm going to throw another wall in right here. And I'm also going to dimension that wall. Alright, I'm going to go to my modify tool, and I'm going to start modifying. So I'm just going to work one direction, pick the walls that I want to move, and then change the dimensions. If you work in one direction, you won't be defeating yourself along the way. So everything should work out nicely. Just working my way down, selecting the walls that I want to move. Okay, and we'll go over to the other side here, do the same thing, work my way down. 13.8. 2.6. 4. Alright, so after just a short piece of work, I was able to get all my dimensions to match the handout. So that's where we want it to be at step 1 and step 2 of the handout. So you should be able to complete your placing exterior and interior walls assignment based on the information in this video. You might also review wall construction or the Revit walls intro video produced earlier that you should have already seen to show you how to create the walls themselves. But this is a good start on this project, and in the next video we'll pick up, and what we'll do is add some doors and windows and build our window and door schedule. So if you have any questions, give me a call or send me an email. Thank you.